As I said, hopefully for the Mets team that they're able to execute what he says, and for the Hornets they're able to nullify that.
So Nick obviously won't be happy about that turnover. The Mets were making good yardage there and returned it, but Hornets nonetheless have got an opportunity themselves.
Yeah, Hornets need to compose themselves a little bit. They seem a bit rushed in their plays, and obviously a little bit of their execution is just underdone at the moment. So if they can get some of these lines right, then we'll see them put the Mets defensive line under a bit of trouble. So here we go, a Rooster play, Rooster early release, and trouble.
Release to the winger.
That's a great read there and hold by the winger, Braden Nichols. So
yeah, great hold, but looked like he had a bit more time to run into the line there to create a bit more of a shutdown.
Execution we were just speaking about, that they're just lacking at the moment. It's just a little bit of polish. They're creating plenty of opportunities, but they're just struggling to find the right option on the back of it.
I think a little bit of fine-tuning from the coach on the sideline. Hornets could be right in this match. Although it's only 1-0, Mets seem to be well and truly on top.
We have 6 more there. Great line by Zach Hunter out of half.
So Mets looking really dangerous. I think Hornets are lucky there to keep all 6 players on the field. Winger on the far side seem to be holding the Mets winger.
An open side quickie play there from Hunter. So let's see if they sequence this play. Now watch Zach look to hit winger this time. There we go.
The sequence is there, but Hornets, they may run the same sequence, so they're well aware.
From the winger. Reads the sequence and able to come up with the right play.
Mets are probably a little bit further out than where they'd like here for their attacking opportunity. Hornets giving them opportunity to get in there though. The sweep play.
Good defence there from the Hornets. Number 13.
So that's Lachlan Fitzhenry. He seemed to make that touch quite easily and read the sweep nice and early. You could hear him communicate to his teammates about staying out.
Yeah, great line. He held and then showed him the space and backed his speed to get there and run down. So the Hornets now looking at a cheap penalty to go up the other end and hopefully get a crack here. Oh, we got a cheap turnover.
I think we call those coach killers.
Yes, definitely.
So turn over the ball in good position.
You can see Nick Good here barking some orders, and let's see what the Mets have to show in some line attack here.
So Zachary Hunter was pretty dangerous in the last set that the Mets had down here.
He'll look like to orchestrate most of their attack, Hunter.
And here he is. There's a late sweeper coming. Maybe an inside line, long ball out to the winger.
Oh,
opportunity.
They might have a penalty here.
The winger's thinking he's lucky stars there, that the Hornets are offside, so get another opportunity. Coach Good won't be too worried about that ball going down now.
No, looks like he's got to play. Let's see if they can execute it here. So that's
another early sweep, this time inside line.
That's great defence from the 10 there from the Hornets. Sweeper boy option. The hole opens up and he holds and then releases. So great defence there.
It was a good hold by that inside middle to be able to step up, make sure he didn't get chased too hard outside on that D.
Definitely. If he doesn't double touch there, it's an easy try there for the 10.
Here they come again, another ML. Ball out the back as we expected last time.
Great touch there.
Great touch by the 10. That's William Eagleton.
And stuff at the moment, mate. So it's great desperation defence from both teams. As much as there's some cheap turnovers, it's a good attack going on, and both coaches got to be happy with how their teams are defending. One trick tap play is the difference at the moment.
Hornets with the big sweep on, all bodies in motion here.
A lot of momentum here.
Good scoop opportunity. Good shot.
Great touch there from number 6, Liam Ison. Or number 0, sorry, Liam Ison.
There he opened up the short side. He backed his pace, chased him down.
It was a good line out of half there.
Mets seem to be able to control it, coming into the sub-box a little bit better than Hornets at the moment.
What we're seeing is the Hornets and Mets are both running pretty much the same sub-box pattern. Oh, an unnecessary switch there.
Unfortunately, the Mets ran themselves into numbers when they had the opportunity to take the number.
Yeah, that's it. If he stays wide there, the middle from the Hornets slipped over. So would have been able to get in the in goal and look to pick up a player and hopefully get another try on the board for the Mets. But good defence and good scrambling from the Hornets. They're able to nullify that raid. Here we go. They should get us almost a full set on the line here. Let's see what they've got to offer. It's dangerous, the 4-3 phase.
Yeah, good phase here.
Oh, good recovering defence from the Mets.
Ball straight off the ground would have been the nice option there. With the half running really let Mets recover.
Counties. Oh, great defence there from the winger and second effort from the link from the Mets.
It seems that the Hornets have got the right idea, but they just haven't got the right execution.
Yeah, that's it. I think the Mets are scrambling really well at the moment and seem like every option that they're choosing defensively is the right one right now. So I'm sure the coach, Pat Batiste down there, will be very, very happy with how the boys are running.
So good defence there by Hornets, pushed up. Good run out of half there by the 11 from the Mets.
Dela Cruz. He's pretty quick out of half there. Unfortunate. A poor strike dump onto the link meant that he was attacking the onside player. So the Mets would be wanting to try and get up there as quick as possible, make sure they get more than one crack here on the line.
Offside here by the link has really allowed them to get up the field that little bit easier.
This will give them that full set now. No doubt that you'll see Good get Hunter on here and look to run another set play that he's orchestrated from the box. And there he goes.
So if you're Nick Good, what play are you telling Hunter to run?
At the moment, we're probably looking at a few sweeper variations. So here he goes again.
Here we go. You got one.
Girl.
Inside out line. Had him. The link was going to recover and make the touch for the middle, but the middle was in all sorts. Okay, that man Hunter again. He's in the thick of it. And see his fellow teammates just looking to him and say, what do you think? And again, another sweep play.
We're going to play through there.
So you've called it early there, Jack. Said everything good would come through Hunter. Just talk us through that play there.
Just a sweeper play. So the last few options, they've gone at the offside play and looked to pass. I think the option there was probably one of the more basic ones, and you can hear Nick Good yelling from the sideline that he wanted him to have a crack and try and score. So great play call, great execution, and the Mets lead 2-0.
It's a match that's a real grind at the moment. It'll be interesting to see if the Hornets can fight their way back into it.
3-13 here look like the danger men from the Hornets. Looking to look for some ball playing options, maybe another ML setup.
Little bit of miscommunication there. The ball was on the ground way too long.
Another Counties option.
Yeah.
Just looked at wing. It's a great ball and try. Unfortunately called forward there.
So they had the right idea there. The setup wasn't great, but they're creating the right opportunities. They're just not icing them.
Yeah, nice and strong in the rough there, and he went direct at the line and caused the winger to bite. I think if I'm the Hornets, I'm looking to run some more plays like that, where the 3, I think it was there, or the 13, went nice and direct at the line and then looked the ball play. So they do that, they're probably going to have a bit more success throughout later in the half.
Find our go-to guys if we're Hornets.
Exactly right. And here we go. That's a great recover there from the 13.
So that's Lachlan Fitzhenry. He's been involved in a lot so far in the match, not only offensively but defensively as well.
So see the same sort of sub box that look one. The next one will come on from the box and they'll look up to set up a play. They'll hit one here, or fly option. And they got one more touch, but a good touch there from the middle from the Mets to slate up the play. However, a great dump from the 64 and even better defence.
I think that's a great read by the Mets defence, let alone it's the same attacking structure they're both running. But to stop the momentum like they did is a real struggle with that particular player, even at the highest level, let alone juniors. So I think that's some good defence.
I think the difference right now is Mets on touch forward seem to be a lot more physical. They're slowing down the ruck a little bit, and that's just buying everybody a second or more to make a good choice. And then here we go. See, nice and weak in the ruck, and then we have great defence there from the 6.
So Hunter was in it again, looking to take advantage from half. Unfortunately, this time not quick enough to be able to take advantage, and giving away a late pass penalty.
So I think the main difference right now in the game is just the physicality. Mets seem to be winning the physical battle at the moment. Because of that, slowing the ruck down, and Hornets aren't getting as a greater flow as the Mets are.
And there we have one. The referee has gone in the favour of the Hornets.
That's a great call there. Liam Ison, the arm comes across the ball and knocks it out. The correct call made by the referee. Once again, we have another attacking full set from the Hornets. Let's see, the 13's back out there in Lachlan Fitzhenry. So let's see what he's got to offer.
Well, out to the winger. Mets winger, not there.
Great try
Ball
there.
down.
Sweeper step back against the grain. And a nice pill there. Game on.
And that's Bailey Hodges in the corner. Looked like the Mets winger was going to get there, but the outside dive... Sorry, not Bailey Hodges. It was Jacob French. So Jacob really bent his body around the Mets winger to get the Hornets' first touchdown. And it's 2-1. They've got to find their way... They've found their way back into the game, but Mets now looking to retaliate.
Same play there. Off the tap from the Mets, and well done to the Hornets from learning and obviously nullifying that tap play again. Looks like now the Mets are probably trying to play more of a sweeper, got the offside defender type of game, and we've got the Met and the Hornets who there are trying to play against the grain. So anytime that they're looking for their passing options against the grain, and obviously the long bomb looks like their go-to.
Mets now in prime position after that turnover. And they've got their main man Hunter on now to coordinate all the plays.
Another sweep
and
option. Here he goes. Good defence from the Hornets there.
You could see him listening to the referee there to see if the defender was onside, to try and take advantage of that opportunity.
Great touch there from the 3.
Really stepped up and helped his middle defender there by narrowing that space.
Yeah, open side quickie option. And obviously Zach's ball played the last few. Link stepped up and read it.
Drift line by the winger run. Easy.
There we have a great long bomb from Zach Hunter. And a great line from the winger, Braden Nichols there. Got on the outside of his winger, beat the ball in flight, and all he had to do was put it down in the corner to finish it off there. Great play.
Not only was the pass an outside ball to the winger, but into the wind as well.
Exactly, he's a pretty classy player there, Zach. So now we're looking back out for another tap-off move, and let's see what the coaches from the Hornets have instructed their boys to try and get off this tap and hopefully get a cheap try. So the 13's out there again, Lachlan Fitzhenry.
He's involved again, the out ball this time.
Oh, that's a great defensive read there from the 3, David Taraki.
A change up here. Mets deciding to go down the middle of the field after basically running the same rucking box pattern as Hornets.
Great dump. Trouble here at half.
Fitzhenry, he's switched in. All the coaches put their hands on their heads there.
Literally. So the Hornets once again go into their box. They'll look to sweep on here and another attacking raid. If it's anything like the last one, they'll look to go to the far side of the field away from the box and come back. Oh, no.
They've kept it nice and tight this time. Looking to get the Mets offside.
Great defence there.
Mets looked in trouble for a little while there.
Yeah, I think they dumped on the wrong middle, and Elias was able to then recover and make the touch, so fortunate for them, and we have a cheap turnover. And only 3 players on it currently for the Mets. The Hornets want to get on it, they can get a cheap try. Mets only have 5.
Oh, the sub-boxers responded. Mets have now got their full complement on, as do Hornets.
Opportunity missed there from the Hornets. 3 players from the Mets on. If they got on the ball quickly, they would have been able to get potentially a cheap try. Refs a miss one there.
The physicality is really there to be seen at the moment. Every ruck is almost like a battle zone. No easy touches here.
A nice little out ball option with a quick rip to the wing. Caught the wing a ton and going with him, just in too tight there. So great play from the Hornets.
And that man Fitzhenry was involved again.
So let's see what the Mets have here. They've had 2 tap-offs of the same play. Let's see if they have an option off the back of it or if they go something different.
If you're in the box, what would you be saying to your guys?
Oh, just stay composed. I think both teams are a bit rattled at the moment. And we've got another play through there. Great recovery and read from that man again, Lachlan Fitzhenry. Been able to cover his 10, who was caught offside. So
Yeah, Eagleton's been caught a couple of times there. When Hunter scored earlier, it was him again.
trouble is way over the 50.
So Eagleton's learnt from his earlier mistake, and now he's really inside supporting his middle. Fitzhenry pushing up nice and hard, making it really difficult for Mets to have time with the ball. Great ball.
Another great ball there by Zach Hunter. A mirror image of the Hornets' last try, an out ball. Go at the line and rip early to the winger, and another great line there from the Mets winger, Braden Nichols.
Mets are now out to 4-2. Do you see Hornets finding any way back from here?
Oh, definitely. The game's open. There's plenty of opportunities for try, and obviously probably the same amount of opportunities, just the Mets have had a bit more polish at the right time. And yeah, that man number 13, Lachlan Fitzhenry's not on, so they're probably going to look for the 3 here. And Jack Cole to set up something.
It's nice and deep.
ML passive play here for the...
Oh,
and there we go.
don't worry about the
Great
passive.
option.
Hornets.
Great ball there. An ML passive play. The winger overread it and he bombs long.
That was Kobe Lyle in the corner there. So plenty of space for Hornets. So we've said earlier throughout the game that they're picking the right plays. They just haven't been executing. When they get it right, they get it really right.
And there's some pretty class balls. These boys are 16 years old and being able to rip a ball like that to the winger. Most 18-year-olds can't do that. So some quality touches, some quality players, and once we said, like, the game's really starting to open now. It's becoming an offensive masterclass.
So Mets have got their go-to man out there again. He's ready in his position for an ML line, looking like it.
Yeah, dumped and split the wrong way there, did Liam Eisen, so they're waiting to hit Hunter again. And once again, the dummy half hasn't wrapped there, so some execution issues here. The Mets look a little bit rattled, so back to a county setup.
County's drift line from the winger.
Probably would look to hit wing again there.
The winger is in nice and tight. He had plenty of room to run out. So the option was there.
There you go, and that's what the Hornets coaches to be looking for. A defensive stop, and now some offensive transition to hopefully try and equal the score. Forward pass there.
My goodness, that's possibly the biggest forward pass I've ever seen.
And here's that man, number 12 again.
Big, long ball.
Forward pass. Into the wind. I'm not sure.
The conditions aren't favourable for that pass.
No, definitely not. So for the ball just to get there is a huge achievement, and unfortunately we were blindsided there a little bit, but they didn't look too much wrong with that ball. The Mets will be very, very thankful that they got out of that one. They look to wrestle some momentum back here.
So the Hornets know time is ticking away. They're really starting to push up in their defence here.
Another dump on the link there. Looking for Della out of half. And not a bad ending for the set.
I think that's the difference between being, an open player and being a youth player. Those kind of opportunities, you know when to recycle and get the ball back to try and move the ball around. These guys will learn that over time.
Yeah, just that. Obviously, great momentum was created, and then just a poor dump on the last on the link just gives the Hornets the let off.
So Mets have got a good opportunity here now. And that man Hunter, he's on from the box again.
If I'm here for Mets, I'm looking for another counties play and another one for Hunter to hit rip wing. Another one for Hunter to rip wing here. Or either wing there is a try. Either wing.
Looks like the Hornets have just said we're going to put all our efforts on trying to stop him by rushing him.
Yeah, it can't be long at the left. They're instructing the Mets to go at the line, so trying to wind the clock down there. Oh, and Hunter gets a cheap one there. Mets up by 2.
So Hunter runs a nice little rooster play there. Probably one that the Hornets didn't expect. It's not one that they've run for quite some time.
Yeah, he's came back against the grain to the open side. The last little bit of attacking raid, and there he's just caught the Hornets defender trying to man up, and obviously caught him on the link off and no help. So a great heads-up play there from Hunter, and now the Hornets will look for a quick hit back and to get back in the game.
So 5-3 to the Mets at the
quickie.
moment. Inside ball.
That's great defence there from the Mets. There'd be a minute left if they're lucky. The Mets are just trying to get the ball up the other end and ice this game. Completed set here's just as good as scoring one.
Looks like Mets might well get there now.
And here you go. And there we go, there's an error. So a cheap turnover for the Hornets.
So Hornets have really got to lift their tempo now.
And there's the game.
Well, congratulations to the Sydney Mets here, who have claimed the 16 boys, 5 touchdowns to 3. A real seesawing battle. Great skills by both teams, and no doubt, and I think it's fair to say, Scott, that Zachary Hunter really stamped his authority on the game.
Yeah, he had a quality game, but in the same token too, the boys around him doing the right lines and everything. Some of those lines there from the wingers are just as good as can't do anything that he does if they're not doing those. But a great game from both teams, and we see that there's some quality players coming through at the 16th level, that's for sure.
Okay, so Sydney Mets get their first title of the afternoon. So Scorpions have got one, now Sydney Mets have got one. Just want to thank Scott for being with us this afternoon. I know you've got a very busy afternoon.
Yeah, no worries, mate. My pleasure. It's a joy to be a spectator for once. So, enjoying it, mate. That's for sure.
No worries. So we'll be back shortly, and we've got the under-18 girls grand final between the Sydney Scorpions and the Hunter Wester Hornets.
Muffin, chocolate bars, muffin man here. Come see all the hot mums for all the hot food.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We come to our second ladies grand final, and with the same teams again, the Sydney Scorpions, the Hunter Western Hornets, and the 18 girls division. Teams have already met once this tournament so far here at the Junior Regionals. The Scorpions getting away to a 3-0 victory, and they'll go into this game as favourites after finishing top earlier in the competition. The Scorpions team with the 1 McDonald, 3 is Phelps, 6 is Ryan, 7 Geros, 8 Sylvester, 9 McGrath, 10 Mooney, 11 Wickham, 12 Carruthers, 13 Pond, 14 Long, 15 Donkin, 16 Nagy, 19 Clark. And for the Hornets, who'll be looking to take revenge from their earlier defeat against the Scorpions, number 1 Dixon, 2 Gemmell, 3 Pipe, 4 Coggan, 5 Shiner, 6 Patterson, 7 Emily, 8 Sawyer, 11 Goodhand, 13 Freeman, 15 Mitchell, 19 Clark, 22 Thompson, and 24 Jeffs. This game should be a real quality game. Plenty of high quality players looking to stamp their authority at this level. Hornets will be tapping off here, looking to take advantage early on. The Scorpions really presenting themselves, pushing up and making touches here, not really giving Hornets too much room. That's a third, and they're still not quite at the 5. Hornets created numbers. Good effort there defensively by the Scorpions. Matty McGrath really pushing forward and making limited space for the Hornets and shifting the ball. Scorps have got a real spring in their step by pushing up in defence, and they're making some great touches. Hornets looking a bit slower at the moment, but looking to take advantage here. Nice little rooster play there. Look for phase, and quite couldn't hit the mark there. Scorpions were in 6s and 7s, and had they got it to their hands, could have been a possible touchdown. Scorps now with an uncharacteristic error at their rucking, giving Hornets another great opportunity here. While the Hornets try to think about what they're going to do, Scorpions seem to be really pushing up and take away time and space for Hornets, and the Hornets are getting pushed further and further into the field. Now with a bit of tempo, the Hornets are going straight into line. They were causing Scorpions a little bit of drama, but with an error with the line open, Scorpions recover and now look to take the ball at the other end of the field. One thing you notice about both teams here is they've got a high level of skill and they look to shift the ball as often as possible. And despite the conditions, which are chilly, and when I say chilly, we're looking at about 4 to 5 degrees at present, the ladies out there are really having a real go, shifting the ball, and the conditions do not concern them at all. Hornets moving the ball sideways, just trying to get their way to the box at the moment, looking to bring on some fresh plays. Really physical touch there by Scorpions. Hornets looking for the shift now, looking a lot like their 16 team earlier today, where they shifted the ball around to try and stretch the Scorpions and try and find that spot for them. Nice little dive there by the 5. And Shiner couldn't quite find the space. Scorpions make a great touch and now they push up the field. Both teams presenting really strongly at the ruck, making it really difficult to get up to the other end of the field. Now Scorpions are going sideways. They've found some space. Look for the offload here. Still some space. The referee says not enough space and there's a touch and pass in there. Hornets lucky there with the ball. Now get it back on the half and look to go straight into the attacking zone. Scorpions really pushing forward. Hornets shifting the ball, looking for an opportunity. With a rooster play here, looking to go up the line. No number there. Again, another physical contact from the 6 from Scorpions. Kate Ryan says, not on my side. Great hands there by Scorpions, shifting the ball fast. Hornets respond well, chase out, no space. It's a forward pass there. Referees have found it. Scorpions are surprised. Hornets are happy. Hornets making their way down to the attacking zone. Still looking to shift the ball, making all the Scorpion defenders work. Seems to be a real hallmark of the Hornets play at the moment. The more they shift, the better they feel they are against this Scorpions defence. Again, stretching the middle players. Looking for a good ball to link. Great read there by the Scorpions. We are in nice and early. No opportunity, turnover. Both teams really working it to each other's boxes at the moment. It's been a heavy going tournament for each team. This is now their 6th game. Scorpions look to have made a break there, all the way down the wing. And Molly Donkin gets the first for the game, and Scorpions lead 1-0. Hornets with the sweep there. Looking to take advantage of offside links. Link made a great effort to get onside there. Scorpions defence holds strong, and now they've earned themselves a turnover. Seems to be a real midfield battle at the moment, this game. The Scorpions looking to shift the ball, take a page out of the Hornets book. If they continue to shift, they might find an advantage here. Great ball from Kate Ryan. Link looks to pass on. Ball knocked down. Unfortunately, not 6 to go for the Scorpions. Great work there from the Hornets. Getting bodies in between players, making it difficult for the Scorpions to pass. Hornets finding plenty of yardage early here in this set. And they're going to get themselves in a prime opportunity if they can recycle the ball in time. Still plenty of time. They've got the ball away. Oh, Scorpions really physical in the ruck here. And there's the penalty that Hornets deserved. A little bit too physical for the Scorpions there. Hornets girls falling over each other with heavy contact. They'll get a penalty 10 metres out from the Scorpions' scoreline. Look to the 15 Scorpions. Maddie Mitchell will be involved heavily here. She may have seen that there, that the Scorpions are shutting down really hard for sweep play. Might provide an opportunity now for a long ball. They're looking to take advantage of the other link. To play the ball there, not quite within the rules. Must play the ball between your legs, it will be square. And in that case was neither. Great ball shift by the Scorpions. Looking to take advantage of the Hornets overreading the defensive play. And now they see themselves over halfway on the third. Scorpions really getting in behind the line there. Short ball there. Great short ball there by Lucy McDonald. The Scorpions stroll straight through their middle. And that's their second touchdown. They'll now lead 2 touchdowns to 0. Hornets now with a chance to respond. Looking again to shift the ball. Early sweeper here. Ball shifting in the Hornets is nice on the eye, but unfortunately isn't putting too much pressure on the Scorpions' defence here. If they be a bit more direct as they are now, might provide a bit better of an opportunity. Scorpions' defence still too strong at the moment, and now they'll look to take it down the other end of the field. Real coach killer turnover there for the Scorpions. 10 metres inside your own half, and Hornets are going to get a play of the ball there, and this will be touch one coming. Hornets still not past the 10 where they started the tap, and now this is touch 3 coming, and they're still not going to be past there. Scorpions are realising the opportunity to push up, and they have, and that's a forward pass there. Referee Rena Jansen spotted it, and she says, I've got it here. It's a forward pass by the Hornets. That's great defence by the Scorpions, pressing up after Hornets earned a sneaky turnover. Scorpions finding space in the midfield here, and Hornets offside. Great dive there by Kirby Emily. Macy Carruthers here with the ball, setting it up. Unfortunately, playing the ball incorrectly, and there's a turnover. The Hornets were looking in all sorts of trouble there. Real physical contact there. No one really putting their hands out. Could have been a penalty to both teams. And that'll be off the mark. The Hornets have turned the ball over again, and Scorpions will get another opportunity to extend their lead. Scorpions a little bit caught off there, sweeping on, but didn't have it right. Villageros looking to take off from half. Kate Ryan with the ball. Phase play here. Scorpions, that's a great dump. Kate Ryan looking to take advantage. Great long ball out to the winger. The winger just couldn't hold it. It was there to be taken. And unfortunately, Jade Pond puts it down in the corner. Hornets let off the hook there. Would have been difficult to see them coming back from the 3-0 scoreline. Scorpions are putting some real emphasis on their defence here by shooting up and trying to take away time and space for the Hornets, and it's working a treat at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how the Hornets coaching staff respond, given the pressure the sweepers that are coming on from their sub-box are getting. Scorpions looking to get their fresh faces on the field. Strike player at half there in Lucy McDonald. Here she goes again. She's been dangerous early. She's through into the in-goal. Great defence there by the Hornets winger. Able to knock down the pass. It was a really dangerous situation that looked like the touchdown coming for all money. Lucy McDonald in the thick of it yet again. She's looking for a quickie kind of play here. And she's got one. And she's got out to the winger. And again, the Scorpions wingers are just unable to finish. That was a real prime opportunity for them to take. Hornets, they really do need to respond here. It's only a matter of time before Scorpions actually execute one of these passes. Hornets making much better yardage here, despite the Scorpions making a big effort to get up. The Hornets are able to get it, and unfortunately there's an error. But they made an error against an offside player, so there's a real opportunity now for Hornets to push on, get into an attacking zone, and put some real pressure on this Scorpions defence for a possible touchdown. Scorpions again continue to push up. Hornets again look to shift the ball. And now they're going to get him behind the Scorpions' defence. See what they can try and do here. No number there. So the Hornets are creating some opportunity now. Can they execute it? Long ball to the wing. And that's the 6th touch. They showed some effort there of really creating some space, but didn't quite execute. Scorpions now looking to run, and that's a crazy turnover. The coach puts her hands up there, Roha Paki, to say, what are we doing? They're high caliber players here, and that's uncharacteristic for this level. Hornets unsure with what they want to try and do. Both teams seem to be a little bit off their normal level, and there's another error. Scorpions now have the chance to take it down the other end of the field. Nice little touch there. Slow down the Scorpions' play. Scorpions' tempo can be quite dangerous for the Hornets team. If they get in full running, it'll be very hard to match. The slower that they play, the better it is for the Hornets team. Touch there. Great diving touch by Maddie Mitchell. Mitchell now taking up the ball. Hornets looking to shift at their box at the moment. A lot of players seem to be wanting to run sideways. They need to run forwards to try and get the yardage their team so needs. And here we go. That's much better effort there by the Hornets. First time they've run straight. Penalty. If they can keep this up, they're going to get themselves right back into the game. Hornets are right on the attack now. They're in their attacking zone. Scorpions look to have them covered, but Hornets have thrown it away on the 2nd touch. A little bit impatient there. Needed to control the ball, give themselves an opportunity, and apply some pressure to Scorpions to finally see if they can make them crack. Good defence there by the Hornets. Pressing up, making it difficult for Scorpions to play to their ruck. Scorpions stepped out. Sorry, make that. They had 7 on. So the referee has said, no, you can't have 7 on. You can only have 6. And our Hornets get the turnover. Let's see if they go forward instead of sideways. You can hear it from the coaching staff down here. Hornets are saying, go forward, go forward. Here they go. Scorpions can also hear it, and they're pressing up and really challenging this Hornets team. Here we go, sweeper for the Hornets. No real number there to speak of. And now they have the last touch. What can they do with this last touch? Ball down, and now it's a turnover. Great diving touch there. That's Shinner. She's made a fantastic touch there. Really put a body on the line. Hornets now far more direct in their approach and making a lot more yardage. This could be their most dangerous set so far of the game. Good early shift, making Scorpions work. Then looking to return the ball. Again, they've broken the line, and that's got to be pleasing for the Hornets coaching staff. finally getting in behind the line, which means there's opportunity there if they can take the right option. Great footwork there by the Scorpions, working it down the sideline. And that's Jade Pond. Looking to go down here for their strike player. Oh, great offload again. And can Donkin finish? Can she finish? She can return it inside. And that's a great touchdown by Scorpions. Great skill shown there by the ladies. So ball shifted. Goes across from McDonald. Out to Donkin. Donkin draws her own player. Passes it back on the inside. And the Scorpions have their third touchdown. Scorpions still really pushing up here, trying to take away time and space for Hornets. But they are getting close to being offside with those efforts. And they're right on the line there, and that's a great touch, and now they get the turnover. Scorpions have really slowed down their rucking at the moment. Their tempo's been something that's been really strong about their team. And it's been quite slow this set. It'll be interesting if they get anything out of it. And that's 6 touches. So the Hornets are able to get a reply here. Can maybe close the gap and get themselves right back into this game. Disappointing error there for the Hornets. They work so hard. The attacking opportunities are coming so few. They really need to control the ball to get themselves back in this game. Scorpions now back on the attack and already at the 5. Hornets in a bit of strife already. Scorpions looking to take advantage. Referees are consulting to see if a touch was made, and they are. Scorpions touching the corner there. They'll look to shift the ball and maybe cause another opportunity. Or in this case, stand still. And they've got a penalty for Hornets not moving forward. Belageros now with the ball in hand, steering around the troops. Geros taking off from half now. Looking to go through the goal. Winger is open. Unfortunately couldn't find it. Link gets given the ball. Geros holding on to the ball there. Looking for an opportunity now. Kate Ryan's come on. And they're a little bit compressed, the Scorpions offense. They might want to spread themselves out, give themselves some room. Kate Ryan with the ball here, looking for a long ball. Link ball. Great read there by the Hornets winger. Rhiannon Thompson. Hornets respond well with their defence. And now begin to work the ball down the other end of the field. Hornets on the fly now, looking to shift the ball. Great shift of the ball, off to the winger. Makes good yardage. Scorpions pushing forward again. Hornets looking to try and push into the ruck, and this should get a really good strike dump. Short ball to the middle, and there's a penalty to the Hornets. Scorpions offside. That's much better play by the Hornets. Very direct, really pushing into the Scorpions defence and making him really accountable to get onside. Earn themselves an offside penalty. What do Hornets have to offer now? Looking to run a rooster play. Scorpions defence all over him. Now there's a sub interchange going on, so Hornets are down a player. We've got 6 back on. Here we go, ML type of play. The Scorpions press off the line and make the touch. And that's the last touch now. So Hornets are going to have to try and shift the ball to create something here. And It's probably a really bad ending to a promising set there from the Hornets. They looked to have like they were going to have something going on, and they shifted the ball into nothing. Scorpions now working down the field. Hornets pressing up. The physicality of the game is there to be seen. Scorpions pushing in Lucy McDonald, danger player, short ball. Unfortunately, Sophie Wickham couldn't hold the ball and let Hornets off the hook. Hornets, that's a great run there by Bella Pipe. Really pushing into the Scorpions off defensive line. And the Hornets are direct, they're really dangerous here. And Alyssa Coggan takes off. Lucy McDonald responds, makes the touch. Scorpions with early shift of the ball. There's the full-time siren. And that is the end of the game. And similar to the 16 girls game before us, the Sydney Scorpions have been victorious here over the Hunter Western Hornets in the 18 girls division. Scorpions take the game 3 touchdowns to 0. We'll be back shortly with our final game of the day in the 18 boys division with the Hunter Western Hornets up against the Sydney Mets. Welcome to our grand final of this afternoon at the Junior Regional Championships here in Orange. It's the Hunter Western Hornets up against the Sydney Mets. High quality opposition here for each team. Yesterday was a fantastic game in the rounds where they played each other in a seesawing battle, and the game finishing 3-3. The Hornets in their semi-final disposed of the Eagles 10 touchdowns to 4, while the Mets were over the Scorpions 5-2. And here we go. You can hear it already. It's a very loud game. And I'm about to be joined by Australian Men's Open captain Nick Good, the Met boy himself. Nick, what are you going to make of this game so far?
I watched the round game between these two teams. It's going to be close. I think it'll come down right to the wire. Probably looking at, I think Hornets would be the favourite. They're a star-studded team. Moffat, Donahue to take lead, maybe get them home by 1 or 2.
Okay, so it's a high-tempo game already. Both sub-boxes really vocal. On the field, it's physical. Hornets really looking to go into the Mets defence here, and they've pushed on. Good shutdown there from the Met link. And the Hornets were surprised by the Mets were being onside so quickly. Already the physicality has started. Mets looking to push her in the ruck, and Hornets have earned themselves a penalty there. Yeah. Probably not the most wise decision given where they were on the field, Nick.
No, it's probably not. I know the Mets boys would want to complete early sets and try and just get to that 10-minute mark in the game. I think they'll be looking to apply scoreboard pressure without letting Hornets score. Hornets, overly attacking team, and you see here you got Donahue at right link, probably going to run a rhino for Moffat to sit in that pocket. They ran that 2 or 3 times in the round game and got a lot of success off it.
So that's just a bit of an inside line run for those that don't know the play. And it looks like they've gone outside, and the Hornets have got their first touchdown there.
Yeah, through a long ball through Kurt Donahue. Great young player in the game at the moment. I vividly remember about 2 or 3 years ago, a young 16-year-old kid donning the Doyleson jersey, throwing a flick pass in the stadium, and that was the first time the touch scene sort of got to see this kid, and hasn't he taken the scene since?
He's certainly one of the next up-and-coming stars of our game, and he's left a mark on this game already. Mets looking to respond now by taking the ball right into the Hornets' attacking zone, and that's another error from the Mets, and really helping the Hornets to try and extend their lead already.
That's exactly right. Hornets are the team that have a lot of foot speed. You watch them, they play end-to-end footy, quite structured in what they do, although it doesn't come across like that. They get to certain points on the field. Right here they'll be trying to get Hayden Moffat out of half. Once again for Hayden Moffat. Oh, it's a great play, just a poor finish, but their flow from the box is really going to come valuable in this game. If the Mets boys don't fix up their defence in the midfield, this could get a little bit ugly for them.
So Hornets making the most of their opportunities so far in the midfield. Just need to take it down on the scoreline. And already they're pushing up hard on the Mets here. They've worked hard in defence twice so far and forced 2 errors. Can they get another? Or can Mets hold the ball?
Mets should be looking for Jordan Hill here out of half. It's been pretty blasé set. Here he comes coming out of half. Not a noted ball player, but at this age, he can definitely do the job. That's a great touch by the far winger there.
That was a play that come from nothing. Really, Mets were nowhere to be found, and all of a sudden Jordan Hill takes up from half, and panic stations for the Hornets. They're able to respond just in time. But he already looks, just from that one effort, that he's going to be a big ingredient on this game already for the Mets.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate to have played against a lot of these people. You've got in both sides. You've got Moffat, Donahue, and Hill, who are all currently in the NRL Touch Premiership with different teams and holding their own at that level. So I really expect big things from them here. As we see now, you've got Donahue with the ball. He's got the world at his feet in the game, so I'm expecting him to take this game by the scruff of the neck when it really matters. And Jordan Hill, he's a defensive player, so this is going to be a very good battle between two of the game's greatest 18-year-olds in New South Wales. Kurt Donahue likes to play right to left, and Jordan Hill will park himself at right link and really try and get at him.
Okay, so it's Armano kind of stuff here. So far, you'd have to say that Kurt's probably got the notch on the board.
Yeah, at this stage, to me, Daniel, does it look like the Mets boys are just a little bit flustered? Has the occasion got to them a little bit?
Well, I can hear a lot from their sub box, and it doesn't seem that it's transpiring on field for the moment.
Yeah. You know, the Met style is that type. They really try and get up. They try to use their voices to get them into the game. Probably naturally gifted aren't as talented as the Hornets, so they're going to need to get everything out of their bodies, and they'll use their voice to try and get the upper hand as much as they can.
Yeah, I think it'll be the voice, but I think it'll be the minimisation of the errors that'll give them their best chance too. So if they can do that, they'll be right in there. Great play from Hornets here, and there's another touchdown. Nice little cut play there by the winger, and he was able to hook round. So,
and that's young Jesse Jenkins from the Doyleson Dragons. He did the double last year. In fact, he actually did the triple country Vorden Cup and New South Wales champs. He plays on the wing in the men's comp, but it looks like he's playing in the middle here today. Sends a sweeper around and just has the smarts that saver middle is a little bit too tight. Takes him to the short.
So that gets Hornets out of a 2-touchdown lead, and that was Jared Rayner that scored in the corner.
I think Mets are going to really need to come up with something in the next 5. I'm not too sure what they're trying to get at here, but I think if it blows out to 3-0, it could be too much.
So that dangerous man at the moment, Jordan Hill, there he is at half. The 7 looks to pop it out.
Yeah, the young 7's a young kid from Penrith, Liam Robinson. Also got the world at his feet. Very good foot speed, good vision. I think he's going to need to come up with something special just to get him back into the game here. They'll be looking to him.
All right, Hornets looking to work it down the field, and Mets are trying to make it difficult for them. The Hornets rucking system is one that many teams are using across the weekend. And it's seen him get in great position. That danger man, Donahue, at half now. He's trying to look for the offside penalty. It's not there. Going from half again. Long ball. Inside ball there to Antonio, and nothing there for him.
Daniel, would you agree with me when I say that it's amazing watching these two teams play, how they're a shadow of their men's team? You've got the Hunter Hornets men's who just won the recent NTLs. They like to get to the sub-box, send that latch on, run a running play, and you look at Mets trying to go through the middle. So it's amazing how it comes from the top. Jordan Hill here, we have to stop that. You do not want to see this bloke in clear space if you're the opposition.
Yeah, they're absolutely a carbon copy of their teams. Mets very direct, Hornets shifting the ball and really creating numbers and space. And it's great to see that the junior players are able to play at that level.
That's exactly right, mate. Just a very interesting point there I've noticed in the defensive structure. The Hunters Hornets was just a simple middle down for Link, and they've run the Boris type of play where the Link tucks under. So I'm sure the Mets coach should have picked that up and will be looking to exploit that a bit later in this game.
All right, Hornets looking to shift the ball here to take advantage. Look at a phase play here. And Mets respond well. And as you said earlier, Jordan Hill, he's a known defender, and he was there easy to make that touch.
Yeah, this is where I've been around the game for quite a while now. Number 40, Josh Moffat, is probably the smartest kid this age in the game. He plays a lot of the game in between the two ears. He uses his brain. I'll be quite interested to see what he's run. He'll be trying to move chess pieces to get a good look. I'm going to predict that they'll be running a rhino for Kurt Donahue at right link.
Okay, it's a long ball. Mets respond. They do. And great coverage by Hill again. Is there anywhere on the field he's not at the moment?
I know some place he won't be is in the middle.
We might leave that one alone.
I was just going to make mention that Mets are slowly fighting back through good defensive reads, but they definitely need to pick up their driving patterns and their first 3 touches if they're to get anywhere back into this game.
All right, well, they're going to have to earn it by defending now. So Hornets in a really dangerous position. They've got all their main playmakers on. There's Moffat, there's Donahue, and there's an error. And the referee says no. Referee Reynolds says no. There's a foot in the ruck. So restart of the set. Here they come again. Out ball possibly. Donahue with the ball. And that is way, way too easy.
That is, and as I looked up, I just saw the 4 Hornets players on the field. You've got the Potts brothers, who are probably defensively the best 2 players coming through this region in this age. And then you have, as we said, the kings of their age group, Hayden Moffat, Kurt Donahue. They're going to come through big in this game. I said it from the start, Daniel, and I just don't know if Mets have a stop at the moment.
Well, they've gone out to 4-0 now. And we're going to have to really see the Mets turn this game right around.
Daniel, if you were coaching the Mets, what sort of things would you be changing? Because something needs to change, Daniel.
Well, I'd be looking to see their emotion just get in check with how they need to control the game. They're making a lot of errors, but you can't stay up when you are making errors. So you just need to get a little bit of control and be patient. And if you can do that, then you can find yourself in a good position.
Yeah.
Cut the errors out. Keep it simple. It's not a hard game, touch football.
Their completions are just killing them at the moment, isn't it, Daniel? They're just not being able to get in the grind. And I would say that was their game plan before, knowing that we have this Hornets who are so fast, so direct in what they do. Here we have...
There's a late pass there. Hornets looking to take advantage out of half.
They're polar opposites at the moment, aren't they, Daniel? Hornets completing everything they get, turning the ball over on the 5-metre line every set, and Mets are just unable to attain that. It's the old tennis match theory in touch football. You just want to put the ball down the other person's end. Mets just can't seem to do that. Here they are again.
Yeah, they're rattled at the moment, Mets. They don't expect themselves to be here. They would have thought yesterday, after getting a 3-3 result, that, you know what, they're a real chance. But Hornets, you can say, have lifted significantly, and Mets have not responded at the same rate.
Most certainly. It's just not the Mets that I saw yesterday, unfortunately. And that's a 5th touch scoot on halfway. It's great work by Liam Robson, but that's not the place he wants to be scooping from.
No, the Mets need to be far more organised at the moment. The leaders of their team have got to take a fair bit more control and try and steer this team in the direction they need to be, because at the moment it seems pretty rudderless.
It just seems like this Hornets team are too well oiled. They're just getting down the field at ease. This is now touch 3 with their 2 playmakers on. 2 middles in the touch, into the in-goals. He'll finish this without fail. And it was that man there, Jordan Hill, that is slowly keeping his team in the game through defensive efforts.
I think you're certainly right here, Nick. Mets have got to control it. They've got to get the ball up and down the field. Be patient. If you're a grinding team, you're not going to win it in the first minute. It's going to be minute 38, 39 in a normal game, or in this event, in the 24th minute. There's still a long way to go.
And this is the first set they've actually sort of had an attacking chance. He's going to call play through here for Hill. He should be looking for the wing up. And that pretty much sums up their half thus far.
Well, Hill, he had plenty of time there, and he sort of ran away of a lot of options. He looked for the 2 guys that were heavily marked already. He had a lot of time. There was no one going to catch him. If he wasn't playing touch football, he'd probably be in the Olympics. Let's be honest.
Yeah, most certainly. And I must admit, the Sydney Mets coach, Rob Barracat, is probably the most calmest person that's walked this earth. So if ever they need a calming influence on them, it's right now through the coach. So it's probably a set that they definitely need to get a touchdown from. At the moment, they've got Catalano, Paulson, Doyle out there. Catalano with a New Zealand style play there that came into the game in Australia through the great Mitter Graham. Just unable to get that ball down. But they're creating opportunities at the moment. But once again, here we go with that Hornet style where they'll just put the ball down the other end and wait for an error.
The thing I take out of that of the Mets set is they held the ball. They held it for 6, and they actually tested the Hornets' defence. It's the first time they've done it this game in the repeat set that they got. So now we can see if they can hold Hornets out here. Oh, that's great play by Hornets, shifting the ball wide, but a great response from Mets as well. They can push up here. There's only a touch left.
Seems like the Mets boys are just scrimmling a little bit better than they were in the earlier stages of these match. But as I sit up here in the warmth of the grandstand, I must say that these Hornets boys are a pleasure to watch for 18-year-old kids.
They certainly are. The skill level is something that I certainly didn't see when I was 18.
And it kills me to say this, Daniel, but I'm a Sydney Mets boy, and the future's not looking too bright for me when we come to the Hornets front. They're already at the top of the chain, and then they've got this crew coming through. I think they're going to be up there for a while now.
It's something in the water up there for sure. Their plays, they just keep bringing them in. The production line, they can all play. They've got all the skills, and it's here to be seen today.
It's actually amazing to see. You've got Scott Bundy, you've got Dylan Thompson, Daniel Alex Langbridge, all at the top of the game, in the prime of their careers, can win any game if they put their mind to it without fail. And to think that in 5 years, when they get a little bit older, they're going to have Donahue, Moffat, Potts. I just don't see where the rest of New South Wales is going to catch up at the moment, according to this game, mate.
Well, let's just look at the positive. They're New South Wales.
Yeah, Yeah, we got that New South Wales front on, mate. So, like I said, Mets are going to have to get into this game by just grinding. They've stopped the tries, Daniel. They've stopped the tries, and that's a start.
So that patient, that grind, this is the game that they wanted. It's just unfortunately taken them 20 minutes to get there.
That's exactly right. They've stopped the tries. They're slowly starting to get penalties. They just need to try and put one on the board, 1, 2, 3, and then try and get something late. To be perfectly honest, Daniel, I cannot see it happening. I'm hoping. I cannot see it happening, though. One thing that we aren't giving enough credit for, we do say that this Hornets team is very well structured in attack, but their defensive systems have been second to none in this game, hasn't it, Daniel? They're still on nil, so you must give credit where credit is due. They are not missing assignments in defence.
I think at the moment what we're seeing is sort of university graduate defence versus high school offence at the moment, and the defence that Hornets are showing, it's of a top level. They're really making Mets, who probably aren't playing too bad, not look great. So I think they are a great team, and their defence, like you said, is second to none here. They're proving to be way too strong.
Their defence just seems like Mets are working so hard. I think he could have been dummy half there, Donahue.
Hill, that could have been the opportunity to just get them back in the game, because once he catches it, Hornets are just walking back to halfway because no one's getting him.
No, exactly right. I wouldn't mind to go back 2 plays there. I think Donahue might have been dummy half. Here we go, Donahue, Moffat. I know I'm raving on about it, but I just love watching these two kids play. Their skill sets are polar opposites, but they just bring each other into the game so well.
Here we go, inside ninja line.
It's predictable, it's classy, and it's unstoppable at an 18s level.
Yeah, it's absolutely unstoppable, and that takes it out to 5-0. And it's totally deserved. And to be honest, they could probably be a couple more ahead as well.
Most certainly. I feel like I'm saying their names too much, but they've got NRL touch premiership experience, and it's just coming to the forefront today. It seems like anything they touch is gold, but Kurt Donahue recently was the man of the match in his Newcastle versus Brisbane Broncos game, so they're not passengers in the NRL touch Premier League either, Daniel.
Well, I think you'll find that they're going to be there for quite some time. And not only that, to be their age and be getting man of the match means that obviously they can play. They don't hand out those awards to anyone. I noticed that you've got a few lately.
Yeah, probably too much, mate. I'm just in a few good teams. But, yeah, these young kids, it's not
Mets
even about
a chance.
Here comes Catalino.
And the Hornets' defence, as we said, that university level, they are there again. They know the play. They backed up. They've done it again. And it looks like they want to keep it to 0.
Mate, they're a pleasure to watch. They're playing both ends of the fields. For an 18-year-old team who have been known for their attack, I can't praise their defence enough. They only need to score 1 try at the moment, and they've got 5 bonuses. Their defence is unbelievable. They're working so hard. Sydney Mets were on a great cut there, and their link just chased out perfectly. And this is the Hornets that we know. Look, the ball's already down the other end of the field. It's the 4th touch, and there's a big chance this could be a try through the defensive errors that they just had.
It just looks like Hornets are toying with it at the moment, trying to wear the clock for an attacking option. Here they go. And there it is. And as classy as they've been all day, it looks like they've been classy yet again. And referees consulting each other. And that's another touchdown of the Hornets.
That's an open side quickie by Hayden Muffet. Sits on the 5-metre lines, dictates where he wants his chess pieces to be, pulls the reins, throws the ball. Too easy for him at the moment. They're just class above, all of them. You know, we keep praising Moffat and Donahue, but this team is really a team. They know who their ball players are, but their defensive effort, the 2 Potts boys, number 10 and 13, have been phenomenal all tournament. They probably don't get enough accolades for how good they are defensively. They just do not miss assignment. Jesse Jenkins in the middle with a lot of talk, a lot of energy. I just can't see where Mets can even get a try from to make this sort of respectable at the moment. But, you know, in our state, they are heads and shoulders above everyone, and they're standing up on the biggest stage yet.
They certainly are. And now they're going to look to close it out here against Mets.
Mets will be looking for young Liam Robinson here. He's a year younger. He's only 16 years of age. He loves the open side quickie, so he'll want to make it on the defensive right middle, split open. He will look for the pop back in if he can. Or a long ball out to Maestropoulos, and that's a great touch once again.
Yeah. There's a real desperation to Hornets here. They are not going away. They're going to make sure that they ice this game out.
Maestropoulos arguing a little bit with the ref there. I'm not too sure why, because that winger's read it perfectly.
Okay.
Jordan Hill looks like coming around on the sweeper here, pushing over Mr. Potts. And they just frustrate him into a bad decision, Daniel. Daniel, let's put yourself in the role of the Sydney Mets coach here. What are you running? What are you sending out to play? They need something. The game's probably out of their grasp. What do they need to run?
Well, the one thing I'd be doing is if I'm Mets, I'm looking to shift the ball, because as good as a defensive team as the Hornets are, don't let them make decisions while they're standing still. Make them move around, move the pieces around on the table, make it more of a challenge for them. Don't let them stand still and get in their defensive structure.
Yeah.
At the moment, they're trying to run in the middle, and you know what? Hornets have got it every time. Try and move a couple of channels across, really stretch the defence, go to your go-to guys, give them a chance.
Exactly.
At the moment,
right.
they're not doing it.
Exactly right, Daniel. I think we'll be looking to run the 8th open side quickie in this last 5 touches. And it's just not working. I wouldn't mind to see them just run a good 4-on-3, a middle down for link. See if they're going to go open side. You saw early in the game, the Hunter Western Hornets ran that Boris where the middle tucked down, the link came in to maybe run a little dinky play on the link there, but it's just not working middle. And there it is, the first time in the game that the Hunter Western Hornets do not complete the set.
So Mets have a chance here now if they can get on the ball and work hard and get it up the other end of the field. Probably not the tempo they're looking for at the moment from Jordan Hill. He's probably got to take on the game a little bit more here. Show a little bit more energy. Here we go. Mets trying to take it into the strike zone now. A little bit slow, and Hornets are ready for him.
Daniel, I noticed earlier in the game you made mention of the Sydney Mets box and their chatter and how loud they were. Would you like to tell the viewers at home what button on the remote has currently been pushed in their sub box?
Well, it's certainly it's a little bit lower than mute at the moment, and you know what? I think they're in shock, and to know what's come their way, they'll take some good lessons out of today.
Most certainly, and there's been a lot of classy players down there. Young Thomas Leaney, Jordan Hill, Junior Catalino. And here we go again. That's just unbelievable. And as Hunter Hornets deserve, they can celebrate that because they've come straight onto the box, run a double fly, which they've tried to run all tournament and had a lot of success. And once again, comes off.
Just like everything so far, it just works. And whether it's defensively or offensively, they've just seemed to have an answer time and time again. And Mets, unfortunately, have been caught in this tidal wave of a polished performance from the Hunter Western Hornets.
That's exactly right, mate. And Sydney Mets can hold their heads up high. I know as a Mets player of the Open teams, I'm very proud of them. You know, they've had 4 very good players pull out of this squad in Bailey Haywood, Michael Tanous, Christian and Liam Tompe. So if any of them 4 play, they probably have a little bit more attack in it. And there's Jesse Paulson, recently selected in the New South Wales CHS team, getting a little bit of credibility back on the scoreboard for the Sydney Mets.
Well, it's all about how you finish, and if we're close to the finish, they can say that's probably their best set of the game so far.
Most certainly. They just look depleted, the poor boys. And you look over to the other sub-box, they're still high fire, and they probably don't want this game to finish. If you're going to save your best game, it wants to be last. And I must say, the Hunter Hornets have certainly done that.
They certainly have, and here they go, and they'll look to grab another one here. They've again put on all their big guns. They're saying, we want more, we're hungry for more, and that probably represents their whole region at the moment, whether it's the men's or the junior level. Every one of them is trying to get a little bit more. I think that might be down.
I'm going to go with a touch. I think young Doyle got there, but once again, Daniel, I'm going to give you $10, mate. For $1.01, do they score in this set, or are you going to go the $10 no?
I'm going to take the $1.01 there.
$1.01. Sorry to all the Sydney Mets viewers at home. As I said, they are a very good team, but at the moment they're just being outclassed.
And they'll run the cut there. Oh, he can't do that.
He cannot do that. What has the ref done?
Wow.
I think the on-field ref has claimed that the dummy half has stepped over the sideline.
I like to watch a bit of basketball, and that was like a little bit of a rejection by the referee. He said, not up in here.
I've never seen that before, Daniel. I know they really want to play. I think with the game at almost 7 or 8-1, they thought that they probably could get in the game a little bit more. But if I'm Hunter Hornets, I'm a little bit upset with that. They just weren't given the opportunity to catch the ball.
I'm actually unsure what the referee was doing, unless the only thing I can think of is, did the Hornets player step out when he catched the ball?
I think that's what he called, Daniel.
Or caught the ball, I should say. Here we go, Mets. Another opportunity again. Hornets reading it. Their defence is just always there, and they've done a great job. I think the coaching staff should be extremely proud, regardless of having the class players or not. There's a real team effort here. There's great contributions from every single one of them. We've sung the praises of a few, but the reality of it is this is a real gutsy, hard team effort.
There's a young bloke out in the Hunter Western Hornets division called Mitchell Wilton, who has made massive inroads in the game with his defence. I think a young kid by the name of Blake Potts wants that spot at the moment, mate. He's sitting himself in the middle and just being an absolute building there and not letting anyone get around him. So Mitch Wilton, mate, if you want that title, you best keep out Blake Potts out of your team.
So we've got a penalty here for Sydney Mets. The hooter's gone in the background. And the last touch, we'll see what Sydney Mets try and make of the opportunity, but the reality is they've been totally outclassed today by a really, really polished Hunter Western Hornets. And Hornets should certainly celebrate, because that performance was one of the best I've seen in this format.
And Daniel, that last touch there pretty much sums up the Sydney Mets, do they? They just couldn't catch the ball and they just didn't give themselves an opportunity to win. I think player of the final, Daniel, who you're selecting, do you go for the defensive stoppers, the Potts boys, or does it go to the attacking flair of Donahue or Moffat?
I'm actually going to throw a different player in there. I think it's the little dynamo, Jesse Jenkins. I thought he was everywhere, and he's doing the tough stuff and making the touches at both ends and driving the ball and laying the platform for the guys that put on those plays. I think sometimes those guys get forgotten a bit.
Can you split the medal into fives, Daniel? I'd be happy with that. I can't split them.
I think at the junior events they made a chocolate, so quite possibly. So we might have a chance, but we might wrap it up there for today's proceedings. Just want to thank Nicholas Good for being in commentary with us this afternoon. That's our last game of today here at the 2019 Junior Regionals. The Hunter Western Hornets have accounted for the Sydney Mets, 8 touchdowns to 1. Thank you for joining us on the live stream, and be sure to come back. Visit newsouthwalestouch.com.au for further highlights throughout the week.